To the top of the tree I run to perch, high above the cement cracks that secrete that thick sewer ooze day and night. Relentless jabber, relentless creative marketing content. None of my introduction here makes sense to your ears. But somehow I am still keeping you in mind because I am always picturing you, my audience. Yes, I see how you are transfixed, drooling, enraptured by the marionette of my voice. My voice. Yesterday I was asked for advice on how to podcast. And after 1 year of podcasting and 7 more years of radio producing, my one resounding opinion is keep your audience in mind. There's someone out there listening. You're listening. I don't want to cage you. Do not cage your audience into a boring 3-hour repartee between friends who just happen to have microphones on as they drop inside joke after inside joke about people they know but aren't disclosing any basic introductory knowledge on. Let your audience in. Slide them a chair. Pre-warm the seat with your spot because audiences appreciate thoughtful gallantry like that. You're the audience of every show you turn on. So remember that. Treat your audience as you would want to be treated. If you are presenting an hour show, it better be edited down to just the most critical tidbits from your original 5-hour recording. Audiences don't like to just give you their time unless they know they will be rewarded. They may only have a half hour's worth of dishes to do, and the 45 minutes of your show will be chosen for something else that is shorter. What are the times that you listen? Picture who listens and what sort of activities they engage in while listening. If your listener is working or lower middle class, perhaps they will listen to you while doing dishes, processing orders at the warehouse, or folding all the kids' laundry. Now, if your listener is bougier, perhaps they listen while getting their weekly pedicure or on their daily jog to the other side of the property where they keep their miniature ponies. You yourself may have to endure outrageous interactions with your landlord or boss, but if you present them in a way that stays engaging, even money-numbed Jeff Bezos might delay his afternoon jaunt into space if he starts laughing. That's just an example. We all know that Jeff Bezos has no scrap of relatable humanity left in him, and therefore is not listening to your or my scrappy little show. I said scrappy, not crappy, okay? Scrappy. What? Oh, you don't like that? Well, Victoria, the musician who sent me this track, sent me this track with about 4 minutes of that sound on the end of it. What am I supposed to do? Edit it or leave it? Oh, no, stop. Don't turn this off. I can edit it. I can edit it. There. I edited it. One of my favorite books that I own is called the New Whole Foods Encyclopedia. And over the years, it's helped me find new foods to eat and new ways of approaching cooking. It's basically just a book that lists every possible fruit and vegetable you could ever come across in any kind of grocery store. And it's the really common ones and it's the really obscure ones all together. But one of my favorite things about this book is there's so much potential literary application to it that I don't even think of it as a book for just cooking or health anymore. I think of it as a book that could help someone name a child, because I happen to know a lot of people right now who are procreating, and I think there are a lot of tantalizing names for fruits and vegetables in here that I think would also double as a great name for a human child. So, without any further ado, I've made a list of names that I think would make fantastic baby names. Please name your babies the following: Agar, Alaria, Amaranth, Asparagus, Buckwheat, Cherimoya, Chervil, Chive, Chickly, Citron, or is it citron? It depends on how you like to pronounce it. Cinnamon, couscous, fig, frisee, guava, jaboticaba, kale. It's a lot like Kyle, except it's kale. Kasha, it's like Keisha, but it's kasha. Kombucha, you knew that was coming. Kumquat, lemon, licorice, lettuce, loofah, marjoram. It's a lot like Marjorie, but it's marjoram. It's an herb. Mesquite. Maybe that's not such a good name now that I've said it aloud. It's a little too similar to mosquito. But miso's a good name, as is nori, and nutmeg, and oregano, and paprika. That has some spice to it. Pistachio, radicchio, rambutan, saffron. You can just imagine the personalities of these children who are named salsify, sassafras, spirulina, tangerine, tapioca, taro, and truffle. What's up, wasabi? But let's be real. You and I both know that there is a cornucopia, a plethora of fruit and vegetable names that you should never, ever, ever name your child whatsoever. Because if you did name your baby one of those names, you would be basically inflicting a lifetime of bullying until they gather enough coins together, enough knowledge together, and enough fortitude together to file the complicated paperwork that is involved in changing their name. And by that time, they will have long given up on having any sort of relationship with you, the jerk who named them one of the following fruit or vegetable names. I don't even have to break the word down to tell you that shiitake is a terrible name for a kid. As is seitan. It's a little too close to Satan. Sea whip, passion fruit, lamb's quarters, bean flakes, bladder rack, chickpea. Chickpea is cute, but you know that chickpea can be turned into something permanently damaging for a 5-year-old. Cracked wheat, crookneck squash, gooseberry, grits. You have to have a lot of grit to get through life named grits. Horseradish, and this name that I'm about to share with you is the name of someone who will be ostracized for life. And you want to know what that name is? The name is soy isolate. That's right. Ugly fruit? That's pretty obvious. And TVP, which in the book stands for textured vegetable protein. But if you named your child this, everyone would be coming up with what TVP stands for. And I guarantee you it would be something like toilet vampire poop, or terrible vexing problem. If they go to college and they meet mean college students, they'd be a terrible vexing problem. Oh yeah, don't name your kids any of those names. Speaking of TVP, I know that Bagsong has a song about PTL.
Personal training log. Performance testing laboratories. People that love. Push the limit. Project team leader. Please take a look. Part-time
Gretchen. Okay? And when he when he called everyone to announce, his new grandchild into the world, he goes, Lori and Dan, they had their baby, and her name is Gretchen.
Why did he think you were named Gretchen?
I have no idea. Like, no idea. And no one knows why he thought my name was Gretchen. But he did. And then, he called the whole family and told each and every one of the family members, Lori and Dan had their baby, and her name is Gretchen.
So you just said that there was another misunderstanding with your grandpa where he... Can you tell the story?
Sure. Pietro's is a restaurant, but there's also like a dining hall, like party room attached to it, in which we celebrated my grandpa's surprise 80th birthday party. And my uncle gave an amazing speech for his 80th birthday party. And then afterwards, my grandpa gave his own little speech, and he announced basically or implied that I was pregnant. And I definitely was not pregnant. In fact, I had never had sex,
How old were you?
I don't know, but I hadn't even had sex at that point in time, Yeah, so he basically said to the family something like, I love you all so much. I love my children. I love my grandchildren. I love my great-great-grandchildren. And then he goes, Jessica? And everyone burst into laughter. And he have something to tell us? And I said, yes. I said to everyone, I said, I am not pregnant. And everyone applauded and cheered. I don't know if it was before college or if it was during college. I could do the math, but
That's okay.
okay, got it. Yeah.
It just like was out of the blue.
It was totally out of the blue. Like I was young enough. I mean, I was young. You know, like I don't know. I was probably like 18, 19. I might have been 20. You know, 21, 22, I don't know.
And
But,
he just made the mistake because you're a little round around the belly.
well, a lot of people think I'm pregnant. This is like a very, very, very common theme. Yeah, where like I store my weight in my belly. But I think it was just my grandpa like makes really odd, I don't know, assumptions. It's also he's just funny, you know. But or he passed away already, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
An unformed question. An unformed question. An unformed question. An unformed question. An unformed question.
I'll let you decide whether or not these are good fruit and vegetable names for your baby. Patty Pan, Rapadura, Nettle, Nasturtium, Monstera, Mochi, Manitol, Kamut, Job's Tears, Hiziki, Hen of the Woods, Flageolet, Dandelion, or Cocoa Yam. Now I feel I should just say that I think the name Gretchen is a good one. And that's my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because there might be a Gretchen listening in from somewhere and they might be feeling upset. No. I genuinely like the name Gretchen. Thank you to Jessica for sharing those tidbits about her grandpa. Thank you to Bagsong for your wonderful, inquisitive exploration of the acronym PTL. Thank you to Victoria Robison for sending your musical interludes. And thank you to my brother Anton Seeger, always for providing the theme music, which we are listening to right now. If you enjoyed this show, I beg of thee, please write us a wonderful review. You're also welcome to write us a bad review if you didn't enjoy it, because I'm of the mind that any opinion is better than no opinion when it comes to spreading the word about great audience-friendly art. Oh, man. Well, anyways, you can You can judge me all you want, or this podcast. But either way, it doesn't matter. I just want you to remember that whenever encountering a subtle force, remember, you have both your logic and your feelers with which to interpret it.